concept, evolution, and significance of local governance. So, I
Excuse,
would like to request Dr.
excuse,
Himanshu Shekhar Mishra sir to take the session.
excuse me. अच्छा ये क्लास था कि जावा क्लास था जो प्रशांत कुमार दीक्षित करो.
Hello.
Hello. Something
Yes.
wrong here. There is the class of Java by Prasan. We are cyber security learners.
No, 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 sir. It's a decentralized and local governance class. It's a mixed class in political science as well as in public administration.
No, but the code is sent to us. This code by OSU. This class is
No, no, sir.
possible.
It's a miscommunication. No.
No, but all the
Check करनियंतु sir outer code.
ଆପଣ ଯେତେ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣର ଏଇଟା ସବୁ ତ ସାଇବର ସିକ୍ୟୁରିଟି ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣର ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏବେ.
Hello.
ହଁ ଏଠି ଯେତେ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣର ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଛି ସବୁ ତ ସାଇବର ସିକ୍ୟୁରିଟିରେ ଦେଖୁଛି ମୁଁ.
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଏଠି ପଲିଟିକାଲ ସାଇନ୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଆଡମିନିଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ ର ପିଲା ଅଛନ୍ତି.
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ.
ୟେସ୍.
ନା ମୋ ପାଖକୁ ଯୋଉ ମିଟିଂ କୋଡଟା ଆସିଛି ନା FWYHDVWV ଏଟା ତ ସାଇବର
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ
ସିକ୍ୟୁରିଟି ପ୍ରସନ୍ନ କୁମାର ଦୀକ୍ଷିତ କ୍ଲାସ ମୋ ପାଖକୁ ଆସିଛି.
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ଡକ୍ଟର ହିମାଂଶୁ ଶେଖର ମିଶ୍ର ସାରଙ୍କ କ୍ଲାସ.
हेलो सर प्रसन्न कुमार दीक्षित सांकर आ गोटे लिंक अच्छी टिके टिके जस्ट लिंक रे डिफरेंट थिबो आ गोटे लिंक अच्छी से लिंक रे क्लिक कर दियंतु.
ନା ମୋ ପାଖକୁ ଯୋଉ ଲିଙ୍କଟା ଆସିଛି ମୁଁ ସେଇ ଲିଙ୍କରେ ହିଁ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କଲି. ମୋ ପାଖକୁ ଲିଙ୍କଟା ଆସିଛି SMS ରେ ମୁଁ ସେଇ ଲିଙ୍କରେ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରିଛି. ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ ହେଇକି ଅଛନ୍ତି ନିଶାନ୍ତ ପୁରା ଏମାନେ ସବୁ କଣ ମୋ ପାଖକୁ ସେଇ ଲିଙ୍କରେ ତ
ना
ମୁଁ କିଛି ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ କରିନି.
निशांत हम स्टाफ से सीएस रो नहंती से स्टाफ सेठी पे से जॉइन करछन्ते.
ମୁଁ ତ ଦେଖୁଛି ସେଇ
ठीक
ଲିଙ୍କରେ.
अच्छी मो गोटे सेकेंड वेट करंतु मो लिंक टा प्रसन्न कुमार दीक्षित को लिंक टा मो देखि कि पठे दउची एथिरे आपण सेथिरे क्लिक कर देबे नहले.
ପଠାନ୍ତୁ ଏଥିରେ.
Sir, go ahead.
So, good afternoon to all. I can see only 14 listeners are there. So, am I audible, Vignesh?
Yes, sir. Yes,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
sir. You are audible, sir.
Okay, okay.
ଆଜ୍ଞା.
Thank you very much. So, today I'll be speaking on democratic decentralization, concept, evolution, and significance. This is altogether a a topic of a new course, and that course is all about public administration. And before I start, let me give some qualifying remarks. That last 12 to 13 years I have not read public administration, but I'm very much interested in this democratic decentralization, because that is related with democracy, and that's why I am just interested. But in the context of public administration, when we it, then I face a problem. The problem is that here we cannot interpret. Every term is a technical term. In every context, a term has a definite meaning. It cannot have more than one meaning. In contrast to public administration, in political theory, there is the possibility of interpretation. But since I am not the expert on public administration, so I will use my interpretive power, and I will try to let you understand what I have understood. What is this democratic decentralization? Decentralization means what? Something which is not centralized, something uh, you know you are bringing from the center and you are giving to the periphery. That is decentralization. What is democratic? Democratic means what? Or democracy means what? Democracy has many meaning. But in this context, we understand democracy is planning, democracy is decision making, and democracy is administrative authority. So I said planning, decision making, and authority. That what democracy or democratic in this context it means. So what is democratic decentralization? Now it means transfer of planning, decision making, administrative authority from central government to its field organization, local administrative units, semi-autonomous organization, local governments, and non-governmental organization. So let us understand what is this field organization. A field organization is a set of organization that in aggregate constitute a recognized area of institutional life, and it produce similar kind of services and product. We can take the example of superintendent of police office or the office of the collector. In every district you will find there is a collector office, there is a office of superintendent of police. They are the field organization, right? Every district you will find this collector office and SP office because they constitute a area of institutional life. And what is that institutional life? District administration. That is the institutional life. Every district has its own district administration, and every district has its own collector and SP, right? And both collector and superintendent of police, they produce similar kind of services to the people. So collector and SP, they are the field, or they represent the field organization. What is local administrative units? We can take, BDO, block developmental officer. He is the administrative head of a block, but every block has also its political head. So here local administrative units means that administrative head of the block, for example BDO. Then semi-autonomous organization. What is semi-autonomous organization? Now semi-autonomous organization are those organizations which have a degree of self-government but not complete self-government. A degree of self-government but not complete self-government. In the context of public administration, I was thinking how to give an example of semi-autonomous organization, but I failed. Then I thought that let me give a general example of semi-autonomous organization. We can take the university as a semi-autonomous organization. How? On the financial matter, the university is not autonomous. But so far as internal administration is concerned, the university is an autonomous unit. So to some extent, the university has self-government. In some respect, it depends. It depends on state, it depends on University Grant Commission. So we can take university as a semi-autonomous organization. But this example may not fit in the context of public administration. You may think, and you may think of any other examples. Then there are local governments. Panchayat Raj. Local governments means Panchayat Raj system. Then there is non-governmental organization, NGO. Now this democratic decentralization, what I said, it is the transfer of planning, decision making, administrative authority from central government to the periphery. Periphery जो मु पांचटा जिनस कहली, how to have a clear understanding of democratic decentralization. Only when we can differentiate democratic decentralization from delegation, from administrative decentralization, and from democratic centralism. So when you will be clear about the difference between democratic decentralization and delegation, the difference between democratic decentralization and administrative decentralization, and the difference between democratic decentralization and the democratic centralism. So what is the difference between the democratic decentralization and delegation? Let us first take delegation. What is delegation? Now in delegation, there is a grant of authority from superior to subordinate. जोड़े हायर अथॉरिटी अच्छी से ता लोअर अथॉरिटी को किसी अथॉरिटी ग्रांट करिछि, किसी अथॉरिटी देउछि. It is enjoyed not as a right. सबऑर्डिनेट को जो अथॉरिटी मिलुछि, सबऑर्डिनेट से अथॉरिटी को एज ए राइट रूप रे एंजॉय करि परिबो नाही, but as a derived concession. That means the boss has given certain concession, and on that basis the subordinate is enjoying that right while performing the responsibility. It is exercised at the pleasure of superior. जेहेतु बॉस कंसेशन देइछि, तेणु तुमे बॉस रो मत विरुद्ध रे तमे ए राइट को एक्सरसाइज करि परिबो नाही. Right? And this delegation, it is a technique of decentralization. Delegation is a technique of decentralization, and delegation happens at the individual level, and there is no concept of freedom in delegation. There is only the concept of concession, that is delegation. What is decentralization? In contrast to delegation, what is democratic decentralization? Now in democratic decentralization, there is grant of authority from top level management to other level management. ता माने एठी मु टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट व्यवहार कली आ अदर लेवल मैनेजमेंट व्यवहार कली. आर माने in democratic decentralization there is no concept of superior or subordinate. There is only the concept of top and bottom. When we are using top and bottom, then we don't understand bossism. We don't understand superior or inferior. I am not saying, when I am saying top management and bottom management, here I do not mean that top is superior, bottom is inferior. I am not saying that, and it doesn't mean that also. So in the democratic decentralization, there is a grant of authority from top level management to bottom level management. And here in this context, the bottom level management enjoys this as a right. not as a concession माने जोटा डेलीगेशन ले जने राइट हिसाब रे व्यवहार करि पारु नथिला डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ले one can use it as a right. And in the democratic decentralization, it is the philosophy of decentralization. Delegation le mo kon kahili, it is the technique of decentralization. But here democratic decentralization, it is the philosophy of decentralization, and it happens at the level of organization. At a organizational level nahi democratic decentralization hei tha. Here there is full freedom. ग्राम पंचायत को जो पावर टा मिलुची सेठी ग्राम पंचायत तार संपूर्ण अधिकार अछि, तार संपूर्ण फ्रीडम अछि, पॉलिसी को तैयारी करि परिबो, पॉलिसी को एग्जीक्यूट करि परिबो. It has total freedom in the democratic decentralization. So that is the difference between delegation and democratic decentralization. जदि गोटे पॉइंट रे कहबा delegation happens at individual level, and the individual do not have right. Delegation is not a right to that individual. Delegation is a it is a concession. It is a concession to that individual. But in democratic decentralization, it happens at the societal level, and the society enjoys it as a right, not as a concession. Now let's come to the difference between the democratic decentralization and administrative decentralization. Now what is administrative decentralization? In administrative decentralization, decentralization arises or originates with the need for efficiency and speed administrative personnel, particularly at lower level. It is a freedom to implement project. That means administrative decentralization like here you are not making the plan, you are not designing the project, rather than you are implementing the project. You are not designing or making the project. You are not having you don't have the power to plan, but you are free to implement it, right? कहीं की आपको implementation power टा कहीं की दिया जाइए ना, for the cause of efficiency and speed administration. कहीं की दिया जाइए ना, तार efficiency को सीए enrich करी परिबो आउ तार administration को टिके speed up करी परिबो. सेथि पई in administrative decentralization, power has been given at the implementation level, right? It is not at all related with planning. It is not at all related with design, right? But on the other side, the democratic decentralization, it is something wider. It envisages association of more and more people with the government at all levels. It starts with people's right to initiate their own project in an autonomous manner. Democratic decentralization le loko manankara, I mean they have the right and duty to plan for a project, to design a project, and to execute the project. तेणु आमे कहि परिबा that administrative decentralization, it is one part of democratic decentralization. Democratic decentralization is administrative decentralization and plus Now let's come to the difference between the democratic decentralization and democratic centralism. What is democratic centralism? In democratic centralism, there is a combination of democracy with centralism. There is a transfer of authority from base to superstructure. Base is all powerful and superstructure must have authority. हमें कहबा डेमोक्रेटिक सेंट्रलिज्म डेमोक्रेटिक कहीं ना देयर इज ए ट्रांसफर ऑफ पावर पावर ट्रांसफर एटी होउची सेंटर बा बेस बा बॉस बॉस तार एम्प्लॉय मान को किछि पावर दउछि किंतु पावर दे सारला परे द बॉस इज ऑल पावरफुल बॉस जहा कहबो एम्प्लॉय सया करिवो the employee must have the total surrender or complete surrender to the boss तामाने डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हबो सेठी बेस रु सुपरस्ट्रक्चर आड़ को डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हबो ट्रांसफर हबो पावर ट्रांसफर हबो किंतु पावर ट्रांसफर हैला परे द सबऑर्डिनेट बा आमे जो को कहिबा जोटा बॉटम लेवल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन सीए बेसी ता पाखरे कोनोसी पावर रहिबो नाही से केवल तार वॉलंटरी ओबीडियंस जोटा का में कहबा कंप्लीट सरेंडर टू दी बेस से बेस को मो फॉर एग्जांपल नउची बॉस से बॉस मते ही किछि पावर दउची बिकॉज़ आई एम द एम्प्लॉय ऑफ दैट बॉस मते किछि पावर दउची बट आफ्टर गेटिंग दैट पावर the boss becomes very powerful. The boss has the right to guide me and the boss expect a voluntary obedience, what I call complete surrender to the boss. तेणु डेमोक्रेटिक सेंट्रलिज्म रे कौन होउची ए जो ट्रांसफर टा होउची पावर ए पावर ट्रांसफर द्वारा सबऑर्डिनेट रे किछि लाभ होउनी जदि एटर लाभ होउची केवल बॉस रे ही लाभ होउची बॉस को गोटे पर्सन मिली जाउची बॉस ताको किछि पावर दउची और जेहेतु बॉस ताको किछि पावर दउची सेही पावर दबा आळरे बॉस टी ता पाखरु कंप्लीट सरेंडर भी करई नउची इट मेड सबऑर्डिनेट टू शो द कंप्लीट सरेंडर टू द बॉस In contrast, democratic decentralization, democratic principles finds a wider application. Local self-government is its institutionalized form. That means, once टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट बॉटम लेवल मैनेजमेंट को पावर दे सारला परे द बॉटम लेवल मैनेजमेंट becomes all powerful. There is no intervention from the top level management, but there are certain rules and regulations while making a project, while designing a project, while implementing a project. The bottom level management should not violate the principles or the guidelines that has been designed by top level management. We can take the example our Gram Panchayat system or Gram Sabha. सरपंच को पाको जहाँ किसी भी पैसा पत्र आसुची कोरोना समय रे टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट रु जहाँ भी किसी पैसा पत्र आसुची बंत सरपंच कलेक्टर सरपंच ताको आर्बिट्रारली खर्च करि परिबेनी बट सरपंच इज पावरफुल सरपंच को पावर दिया जाय बट सरपंच जतबेले ताको पावर को व्यवहार करूचंती सेतबेले सरपंच किछि गाइडलाइंस ताको फॉलो करिवा पई पड़िबो if you are failing to follow the guideline then there will be some disciplinary action that will be taken against the bunch. So from these differences, a difference between the democratic decentralization delegation, democratic decentralization and administrative decentralization, democratic decentralization and democratic centralism, one can have sense what democratic decentralization stands for. So if you look closely what this democratic decentralization is all about, then you may find that democratic decentralization is a strategy of bringing reforms in democracy. Democratic decentralization is a strategy of bringing reforms in democracy. That means if there is no decentralization, then it is not democracy. आरंभरू आमर देश स्वाधीन हवा परे आमे स्टेट सेंट्रिक डेवलपमेंट मॉडल को फॉलो करूँ जो स्टेट सोसाइटी को डायरेक्शन दउतिला हाउ टू अचीव द डेवलपमेंट, राइट। आ द्वारा कौन है ना डेमोक्रेसी देखा गला जदि डेमोक्रेसी को इम्पोज करा जाउची सोसाइटी मान को ऊपरे, देन डेमोक्रेसी इज गेटिंग वीकेंड. So it was realized that centralization is dangerous to democracy. Hence, there must be some reform. There must be some reform in democracy. And what is that reform? Now, decentralization is the reform. Through decentralization or decentralization as a strategy, using decentralization as a strategy, some reform can be possible in democracy. काहे की reform दरकार? The reform in democracy, it is necessary or needed in order to deepen the democracy, in order to make our democracy successful. And this decentralization as a strategy or as a reform, it leads to transparency, it leads to responsiveness, it leads to accountability, it leads to good governance. Transparency कौन? Something which is crystal clear. लोगों को पाई सेंटर रु 10 टंका आसी किछि समय पई हमें चिंता करिबा हमें गुटे सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम रे अछु 10 टंका आसिले लोकन पई पर लोकन पाखरे पहुंचला बेल को से 10 टंका 2 टंका हे जाउ जदि हमें ताको खोल ताड़ करूचो सेठी विभिन्न कागज पत्र माध्यम रे हमको देखा जाउची हमें 10 टंका को पहुंचेई कौंटी ना कौंटी हमें फील करूचो दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ ट्रांसपेरेंसी. There is the problem of transparency. Decentralization हवा द्वारा कौन होची ना the 10 rupees is coming to the village, and when it is reaching to the village and when the villagers along with sarpanch they are utilizing it, then transparency gets managed, transparency gets maintained. Then the responsiveness. What is responsiveness? If there is a centralized system, then it creates passive individual. Passive individual और active individual भितर पार्थक्य कौन? ना ये passive individual is not responsive. A active individual, he gives response. It is responsive. Passive responsive नुह, active responsive. तेणु decentralization द्वारा we got active citizen, active participation. When there is active citizen, active participation, then it leads to responsiveness. That means people are giving response. Without the response of individual, democracy cannot be worked out. Then accountability. When people are planning, people are designing, people are implementing the program, then they are accountable. Accountable means legally responsible. They have to show whether they have followed the rules or regulation or not, whether the means is justifying the end or not. So these are the things they must take the legal responsibility. If there is anything wrong, then one may sue the sarpanch in the court of law. So this decentralization, it leads to transparency, it leads to responsiveness, and it leads to accountability. This is also an appropriate mechanism to deal with the contemporary trend of liberalization, privatization and globalization. एठी एई कॉन्टेक्स्ट रे लिबरलाइजेशन, प्राइवेटाइजेशन और ग्लोबलाइजेशन ला माने कौन? Things are so fast, world is moving so fast, needs are continuously emerging. If you will be passive, then some problem will arise in your life, in your personal and professional life. So centralization ले कौन होतिला? सबु जिनस गुडा डिले होतिला, लोक मानकु से पेसिव करे दउतिला, जहा द्वारा कि गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर एते पेसिव हे जाउतिला सेंट्रलाइजेशन ले कि सीए लिबरलाइजेशन, प्राइवेटाइजेशन, ग्लोबलाइजेशन जोटा को कहा जाउची कंटेम्पररी ट्रेंड, ए ट्रेंड सहित गवर्नमेंट फिट करि पार नथला, आ फिट हेई पार नथला. बट डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन आसीबा परे, people are becoming active, लोक माने एक्टिव हेले, गवर्नमेंट भी सबु जिनस को स्पीड अप करेला, एंड दैट्स हाउ कंटेम्पररी ट्रेंड सहित गवर्नमेंट भी पाद रे पाद मिसई की आगो को बढ़िला. The purpose of democratic decentralization is widening the area of people's participation, people's authority, people's autonomy through the transfer of power to people's representative organization from top level to bottom level. तेणु डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ले जेतेबेले लोक मान पाख को पावर आसीगला, तेबे दीटा जिनस एठी हला. गोटे जिनस कौन ना, जो कामटा 10 दिन लगुला सेंट्रलाइजेशन ले, सही कामटा 5 दिन ले ही गला. एटा गोटे हला डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ले. आउ गोटे एस्पेक्ट कौन हला ना, डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ले डेमोक्रेसी ये डीपली रूटेड हला. अल्टीमेटली लोक माने फील करि परिले कि दे और दे आर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, they are doing something for them. लोक माने फील करि परिले the democracy is of the people, by the people and for the people. एटा लोक माने फील करि परिले. So as I said The purpose of democratic decentralization is widening the area of people's participation, people's authority, people's autonomy through the transfer of power to people's representative organization from top level to bottom level in political decision making, financial control, administrative management with least interference of the higher level. तामाने एठी हायर लेवल लो कौनसी इंटरफेरेंस रहिला नहीं. Now let's move to evolution of democratic decentralization. So after the Second World War, सही समय पाखापाखि भी आमर देश इंडिपेंडेंस पाइतिला. Most of the newly nation state they adopted the growth centered model system or the growth centered model for development, where the state took the moral and political responsibility for the development of the society. जोटा को आमे कहि परिबो state centric development model. Now state will impose its ideal over the over the bottom level organization. No doubt, due to this growth centered model for development, GDP in the country it increased, but it increased at greater social and environmental cost. कौन हैला एठी? Now what is the social cost and what is the environmental cost? Now growth centered model system रे एमाने सबु monetary mindset रे convert हो गले. You know, money can buy everything. Accumulation of wealth. When there is no limitation in your ambition of accumulating wealth, then no doubt the gross domestic product of your country it will increase. But it is increasing at social and environmental cost. What is social cost? That there is disturbance in the family, relationship are in crisis. This monetary mindset it gradually becomes the cause of the degradation of human quality within the individual. This is the social cost. And what is the environmental cost? That our greed of accumulation has endangered our environment. Environment, it was continuously degraded, and when environment degrades, then आज जहाँ होची सैया ही हुए. जतले एनवायरमेंट डिग्रेडेशन करे सेतबेले फाइनली मनीष घरे ही रहिता लुचिकी ही रहिता. तेणु आमर जो जीडीपी बढ़िला जोटा ग्रोथ सेंटर्ड मॉडल फॉर डेवलपमेंट यही कारण रो आमर जीडीपी बढ़िला किंतु ए जीडीपी सोशल आउ एनवायरमेंटल कॉस्ट ऊपर ही बढ़िला. I mean, we pay the cost of relationship, of environment, while making our GDP increased. Such model bypassed large section of the society and led to greater disparity and marginalization. Now, जेतबेले monetary mindset, state, individual, organization, आंकर जेतबेले monetary mindset आसीगला तो सेतबेले देखा गला कौन ना द ग्रोथ सेंटर मॉडल फॉर डेवलपमेंट ये सोसाइटी लार्ज सेक्शन किए ना जो माने नॉन एलिट जो माने पावरलेस और डिप्राइव्ड और मार्जिनलाइज सेक्शन लार्ज सेक्शन को ए मॉडल बाईपास कला ए मॉडल आंको पाई किसी करि पारला नहीं केवल हायर मिडिल क्लास और बिजनेस क्लास को एटा एडवांटेज देला इट रेज्ड doubts regarding the achievement of welfare objective such as removal of poverty and social inequality and achievement of economic growth with social justice ना लोक डाउट करबा आरंभ कले ये जो ग्रोथ सेंटर्ड मॉडल फॉर डेवलपमेंट को लोक डाउट कले कहीं ना आ द्वारा पोवर्टी बढ़ुतिला इनइक्वालिटी बढ़ुतिला तेणु आमर डेमोक्रेसी रे जो वेलफेयर ऑब्जेक्टिव थिला डायरेक्टली ए ग्रोथ सेंटर्ड मॉडल ए सिस्टम टा आमर डेमोक्रेसी रे जो गोल थिला से गोल को डायरेक्ट हिटबैक करूतिला राइट कहीं ना एटा पोवर्टी को बढ़ाउतिला एटा इनइक्वालिटी को बढ़ाउतिला डेमोक्रेसी रो अर्थ होची रिमूविंग दिस पोवर्टी एंड इनइक्वालिटी तो एटा गोटे प्रकार रो it raised doubt regarding achievement of welfare objective amar welfare objective kono to remove poverty and to remove inequality then decentralization kono kala na decentralization chahila कि ए जो poverty और inequality जोटा growth centered model लु ही आसीची ताकू remove करिवो आ गोटे कोन करिवो ना achievement of economic growth with social justice तेणु डेमोक्रेसी दीटा जिनस को धरिकी चले गोटे को धरे डेवलपमेंट इकोनॉमी जोटा को मु थियोरेटिकल कांसेप्ट रे कहले लिबर्टी कुए लेट द इंडिविजुअल फ्री गोटे लिबर्टी को धरे आ गोटे को इक्वालिटी धरे आ इक्वालिटी रा केमती मेंटेन हबो ना ओनली व्हेन यू गिव रेस्पेक्ट टू द सोशल जस्टिस तेणु कोनोसी वेलफेयर स्टेट सी लिबर्टी और इक्वालिटी रो जो डायलेक्टिकल रिलेशन अच्छी से डायलेक्टिकल रिलेशन उपरे से वेलफेयर स्टेट टी इट इज बेस्ड सो एवरी वेलफेयर स्टेट इज बेस्ड ऑन ए डायलेक्टिकल रिलेशन बिटवीन द लिबर्टी एंड इक्वालिटी राइट सो द सेंट्रलाइज्ड प्लानिंग ऑफ सच मॉडल वाज क्वेश्चन ड्यूरिंग 1970s तेणु 1950 रु 1970 नहीं 1960 सॉरी 1950 1947 रु 1960 पर्यंत आमर ग्रोथ सेंटर्ड मॉडल सिस्टम थिला आ 1960 परे 1960 रु 1970 भितरे आमर जो ग्रोथ सेंटर्ड मॉडल थिला जोटा सेंट्रलाइज्ड सिस्टम थिला ए सिस्टम ऊपर क्वेश्चन मार्क पुट हैला एंड एट द सेम टाइम a growing realization occurred among policy analysts that it is difficult to plan and administer all developmental activities actively and efficiently from the center ता माने सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम को माने क्वेश्चन पुट कले कारण सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम रे ए सब प्रॉब्लम गुडा थिला सही समय हमर पॉलिसी एनालिस्ट माने से माने भी चिंता करी कि देखिले कि आमर जेतिकी भी डेवलपमेंटल मॉडल सबू अच्छी आम पाखे जेतिकी डेवलपमेंटल प्रोग्राम सबू अच्छी ताकू आमे सेंटर रु केबे भी केंद्र रु सेंटर रु केबे भी आमे ताकू इफेक्टिवली बा एफिशिएंटली आमे निजे भी जानिनु कि आमे जो जगह को इम्प्लीमेंट करबा पई जाउचु से जगार नेचर कौन से जगार जियोग्राफी कौन से जगार इंडिविजुअल केमिति से जगार एनवायरनमेंट कौन तेणु प्रॉब्लम ऑफ हेट्रोजिनिटी इट वाज बिफोर देम तेणु से माने ग्रेजुअली फील कले कौन कि सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम रे जदि आमे डेवलपमेंटल पॉलिसी को आमे इम्प्लीमेंट करिवो तेबे आमे इफेक्टिवली और एफिशिएंटली ताकू आमे I mean it cannot contribute towards democracy एटा इफेक्टिवली और एफिशिएंटली हेई परिबोनी जदि एटा न हुए then it cannot contribute to or qualitatively contribute to democracy Now, such realization of these, policy analysts, such realization revived the notion of decentralization, and they, you know, invented participatory development. So instead of growth center model for development, they decided for participatory model of development. And this participatory model of development, it emerged as an agency of decentralization. Now it gives a new perspective, and as a new perspective, this participatory development model, it stressed on quality of life of individual, family and community along with economic growth. तेणु आमर जो पार्टिसिपेटरी डेवलपमेंट मॉडल आसला सी प्रथमे देखिला काहाको ना से प्रथमे देखिला द क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ इकोनॉमी पूर्वरु ग्रोथ सेंटर मॉडल देखिला इकोनॉमी को बट पार्टिसिपेटरी जो डेवलपमेंट मॉडल थिला ये प्रथमे देखिला द क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ को बेसी इंपोर्टेंस देला is for family, it is for community. ता सहित कहा को इंपोर्टेंस देला ना ता सहित इंपोर्टेंस देला इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ को. Now this participatory development model, it holds that development can be sustained if special efforts are made systematically to involve the deprived section of the society and their special needs. तेणु if you remember a class रे no से democracy India democracy development class रे मो प्रथम class रे define करथिली how democracy is related to development. There are two two ways to establish the relation between the democracy and development. One is the binary way, the other one is a dialectical way of interrelating democracy with the development. And without democracy, in the dialectical connection, I said without democracy the development is also irrelevant. एठी भी सही कथाटा कहा जाउची कि जदि आमर डिप्राइव्ड सेक्शन लोक माने डेमोक्रेसी रे पार्ट हेई जदि से माने होई पारु नाहांती जदि से माने डेमोक्रेसी रे पार्ट हे पारु नाहांती तेबे डेवलपमेंट भी इरेलीवेंट हे जाउची. तेणु डेवलपमेंट को सस्टेन केतेबेले हे परिबो डेवलपमेंट ना जेतेबेले डिप्राइव्ड सेक्शन लोक माने they will involve more in number. जमती कि हमें कहि परिबा without labor your capital is meaningless. समिति डिप्राइव्ड सेक्शन माने तांको पाखरे कोन नहीं तांको पाखरे कैपिटल नहीं आ जदि सेमान को इन्वॉल्व डेवलपमेंटल प्रोजेक्ट रे न करा जाए तेबे डेवलपमेंट हेई भी पारिबोनी. तेणु डेवलपमेंट बा कैपिटल नीड्स लेबर and labor needs capital. That is the dialectical relation between the democracy and development. Now let's come to the significance of democratic decentralization. मु ताको किसी पॉइंट वाइज करी देइछि, we'll discuss. Now democratic decentralization, it is the theory of development. When I am saying or connecting development with decentralization, then I am saying centralization leads to underdevelopment. जोंटा स्टेट 70s रे रियलाइज करथिला if the system will be more centralized then it leads to the underdevelopment kahi na here people they become passive and in a democracy if people are passive then development also become passive the development becomes irrelevant meaningless decentralization le kon hochi na people are they are responsive they are accountable right and they are responsive they are accountable ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଣ କହିଥିଲି भूली जाऊँ छाड़ so democratic decentralization it is a theory of development एटी theory of development माने होची कौन ना development needs the active participation of the people and decentralization gives that active participation तो एटा होची तार crux point then the second democratic decentralization it is a global phenomenon एटा काहे की global phenomena why all country adopt it because the decentralization it is positive towards people it is positive towards society it is positive towards economy it is positive towards state तेणु एते गुड़ा पॉजिटिव जिनस अच्छी से all country the world they have adopted decentralization as a mode of governance in their system that's why democratic decentralization is a global phenomenon means of empowerment and upliftment right ता माने कौन ना centralization is all about disempowerment and downliftment ऑफ रो उल्टाटा होची डाउनलिफ्टमेंट काहे की डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन एम्पावरमेंट आउ अपलिफ्टमेंट करौची बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज कमिंग टू द पीपल जदि लोक माने तांको निज पई प्लानिंग करचंती निज पई प्रिपरेशन करचंती से कोरिबा भितरे यू नो दे आर आल्सो लर्निंग बाय डूइंग इफ यू रिमेंबर गांधी when they are doing and they are learning it gives a kind of empowerment to them now they are getting 10 rupees what comes from the top एठी आ दलाल माने 10 टंका को 2 टंका करौ नांती पूरा 10 टंका ता तांको पाखरे पहुंचुची जेहेतु 10 टंका तांको पाखरे पहुंचुची तांकर अपलिफ्टमेंट ता नेचुरली होउची next democratic decentralization it lessen the problem of heterogeneity आ पूर्वर भी मु कहि जदि आमे देखिबा सेंट्रलाइजेशन सिस्टम रे जोटा हम पॉलिसी एनालिस्ट माने चिंता करिथिले 70s रे कि जदि आमे सेंटर रो विभिन्न डेवलपमेंटल पॉलिसी को आमे इंप्लीमेंट करूचु then we are facing one problem and that problem is problem of heterogeneity now that one policy cannot be effectively and efficiently implemented in different area of India now decentralization होबा फल रे तांको पाखु जो किछि पैसा गला से माने तांकर सोशल सिस्टम तांकर एनवायरनमेंट अनुसार से पैसा को व्यवहार करिकी तांकर नेसेसिटी अनुसार से माने पॉलिसी को प्लान फॉर्मुलेट आउ इम्प्लीमेंट करि थान ता द्वारा कौन हुए ना डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलिज्म हमर प्रॉब्लम ऑफ हेट्रोजिनिटी जोटा हमर पॉलिसी एनालिस्ट माने फेस करूथले सही प्रॉब्लम ऑफ हेट्रोजिनिटी को टिके कमी दे था नेक्स्ट democratic decentralization it make the contact of government officials and local people possible कौन हैला ना जतबले सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट आसिला सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट बा पंचायत राज सिस्टम जतबले आसिला सेतबले देखा गला कि गोटे ऑफिसर आ गोटे साधारण लोक भितरे गोटे कम्युनिकेशन हेई पारिला आगुरु लोकटे ऑफिसर को डरुथिला ऑफिसर माने हाई लेवल माने जोटा हमें कहबा माने गोटे बड़ बड़ इगो मेंटेन करुथिले समान प्रबल इगो थिला आज भी इगो अछि आज भी तुम्हें सोशल मीडिया रे देखिथिबो केमिति से वीडियोटे से प्रवासी ओडिया मान को कहूची कि मो वीडियो तुमर अधिकार नहीं मते किसी कहबा पई मु चाहिले तुमको छिड़ा करई देबी आज भी से इगो हमर ऑफिशियल्स मान को भितरे रही छी जदि आज हम गोटे डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन यू नो कॉन्टेक्स्ट रे हमें आज वी आर सिचुएटेड इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ डेवलपमेंट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जदि आजिका कॉन्टेक्स्ट रे गोटे ऑफिशियल्स भितरे एतिकी इगो रही पारुची देन यू कैन इमेजिन एट 70s तांको भितरे इगो केते नथिबो गोटे साधारण लोके गोटे गोटे ऑफिसर को ता माने ता निजर आवश्यक से ऑफिसर होची तार आई मीन देयर माने कोन कोन तांको कहंती यू नो सरकारी सरकार माने सरा कोन कहंती द सर्वेंट फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट साइड राइट से अच्छा लोकों किंतु से साधारण लोकटे से ऑफिसर को भेटी पार नथिला डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हवा फल यू नो आमे तांको भेटी पारलु आमे आम कथा कहि पारलु आमे अथॉरिटी को चैलेंज भी करि पारिलु राइट एक्चुअली सेंट्रलाइजेशन ले अथॉरिटी माने बहुत माने तांको पाखरे बहुत पावर था राइट you cannot talk him so due to this decentralization democratic decentralization the contact of government official and local people it become possible then next it facilitates a greater penetration of national policies to remote places decentralization हवा फल रे कौन हैला ना हमर नेशनल पॉलिसी जोटा साधारण लोकों जो पॉलिसी तैयारी करा जाइथिला से पॉलिसीटा जाइके डायरेक्टली यू नो लोकों पाखरे पहुंची पारिला ए डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन आबाजु नेक्स्ट इट लीड्स टू ग्रेटर इक्विटी इन एलोकेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेस इक्विटी मीन्स इम्पार्शियलिटी राइट डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हवा फल रे कौन हैला ना हमरो जो रिसोर्सेस अछि हमरो रिसोर्सेस एलोकेशन टा फेयरली ही पारला गोटे इम्पार्शियली हमर रिसोर्स रो एलोकेशन ही पारला then democratic decentralization it develops the capacity of local institution centralization ले कौन होतला ना लोकल इंस्टीट्यूशन गुडा सब डीके मोड को पळै जाइते काम कोन थला सेंट्रलाइजेशन ले ग्राम पंचायत रे एते किछि पावर नथिला राइट बट डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ले कौन हैला ना जो मान पाखे पावर नथिला सेंट्रलाइजेशन ले से लोकल इंस्टीट्यूशन माने तांकर कैपेसिटी को डेवलप करबा आरंभ कले नाउ द सरपंच इज बिहेविंग अ सरपंच हैज बीन गिवन द पावर ऑफ ए कलेक्टर नाउ द सरपंच इज मच मोर एक्टिव इन दिस COVID-19 days here सरपंच means what सरपंच represents a local institution तेणु डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हवा फल लोकल इंस्टीट्यूशन जहाँ को मु कहूँ सरपंच सेमानकर capacity बढ़िला. Now they feel that, I mean, they are the one who can, make local administration efficient and effective. तांको जतले किछि पावर टे मिलिला सदाबले पावर लोक मान को भितरे गोटे एक्टिवनेस आनी थाए. If there is no power with you, then you will become passive. तेणु डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन कौन कला ना लोकल इंस्टीट्यूशन मान को पाखो किछि पावर है कि तांकर कैपेसिटी जोंटा डिके ही जाउतला जोंटा सरी जाउतला से सब जिंस गुडा पुनः पुनः उदार हैला माने से लोकल इंस्टीट्यूशन ला कैपेसिटी बढ़िला. देन नेक्स्ट it relieves top management from their routine job so that they can devote time to more important job. ना सेंट्रलाइजेशन ले कौन होतला ना गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स माने समान तांकर क्रिएटिविटी को हरौथले. गोटे प्लानिंग थिला से प्लानिंग अनुसार गोटे रूटीन वर्क तांको करिवा पई पडुतला. बट डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ले तांको से रूटीन वर्क करिवा पई पडलानी से काम गोडा लोकंग पाखो पळै गला. लोक माने सेही काम को I mean say routine job को ground level ले they they do it, and that's how these top officials or top management semane a routine work relief paile au semane kon kale na they devote their time in some important works. The next, it institutionalizes the participation of citizen. Institutionalizes means what? Na panchayat raj ko 73rd au 74 amendment रे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ले पार्ट करा गला. ग्राम सभा को लीगलाइज करा गला. ग्राम सभा ता निजर लेजिटिमेसी रेशनल लीगल अथॉरिटी रु डिराइव कला. ता द्वारा कौन हैला ना सिटीजन माने पार्टिसिपेट कले आउ सही पार्टिसिपेशन टाको 73rd आउ 74th amendment रे ताको इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज भी करा गला. The next, it increases political stability. It increases political stability. That means democratic decentralization द्वारा stability maintain हैला. And how a stability ता केमिति maintain हैला ना democratic decentralization सीए diversity of unity को आधारित कला. Not unity in diversity. Diversity of unity माने कौन ना एठी लोकों को लोक माने तांको विभिन्नता अनुसार बंचिबा आरंभ कले. जेतेबेले लोक माने तांकर निजर इंडिविजुअलिटी को हरैलेनी. When individual did not face any kind of alienation, an individual can live with his diverse political socio-economic existence, then society रे आउ chaosness बढ़िलानी. Society रे आउ conflict हैला नहीं, and society or the state moved towards a kind of stability, right? Then the next, it makes representative democracy possible. Now this decentralization, democratic decentralization ये कौन कला ना हमरो जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी अच्छी सही रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी को एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिकल सेंस रे ताको से कौन कला ना इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज कला. नॉट इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज, एक्चुअली इट मेक्स आवर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी पॉसिबल. रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी जोंटा थ्योरी रे थिला डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन द्वारा सही रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी ता प्रैक्टिस रे भी रिफ्लेक्टेड हैला. And the last point, last significance is that it democratic decentralization, it enable people to take part in the politics. Now लोक माने जेतेबेले actively participate करिबा आरंभ कले due to this democratic decentralization, now every individual becomes political, and every individual understand the essence of politics. And when individual becomes political, then this decentralization enable the individual to take part in the politics. That's how, due to this decentralization or democratic decentralization, we can say that uh, identity politics or social movement, it got a very strong root. जदि सेंट्रलाइजेशन होता तेरे हुए तो आमर आइडेंटिटी पॉलिटिक्स बा आमर जेतिकी सोशल मूवमेंट सेगुड़ा एते मात्रा रे स्ट्रेंथेन हेई पारि न था, एते मात्रा रे सामना को आसी पारि न था. But it is because of this democratic decentralization, because of when the marginalized section they are involved in policy making, formulating, designing, implementing, they become political, right? They came to know the meaning, nature and scope of politics, and once they know the politics, then they jump into the politics and they started doing the identity politics, they started doing many kinds of social movements, right? So in India, the Panchayat Raj system is a Indian way of decentralization. If you go through the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment, I mean this two constitutional amendment has been a major step towards the decentralization process. The 73rd amendment is all about the rural local body, and 74th constitutional amendment is all about reforms in the urban local body. ମୁଁ ଏଇ 73rd 74th amendment ଭିତରକୁ ଯିବି ନାହିଁ. I mean you can take any book, you can read what are the steps of decentralization that has been taken in the 73rd constitutional amendment and at the rural level or rural society, and what are the decentralization rules, regulation or process that has been taken in the 74th amendment that is related with the reforms of urban local body. You can take any textbook, you can read, you can understand. There is nothing to make you understand on those points, right? There is Balwant Mehta committee, there is Mandal system, everything is there, right? You only to read and to understand it, right? So these two acts integrates 73rd or 74th constitutional amendment. These two acts integrates people's participation in a formal way with planning, with the planning process on one hand, and the devolution of responsibility to the people, to the people themselves on the other, right? These acts have addressed the persistent problem of irregular election, suppression, inadequate representation, lack of administrative financial autonomy and inadequate resources. ତେଣୁ 73rd ଆଉ 74th जो आमर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट हैला जोंटी आमर रूरल लोकल बॉडी और अर्बन लोकल बॉडी रे आमे जहा किछि रिफॉर्म आनिलु एई अमेंडमेंट एक्ट द्वारा ता द्वारा कौन हैला ना the problem of irregular election. Irregular election कौन ना तमे जदि मने पकेबो जतले सेंट्रलिज्म जदि रहिबो, सेंट्रलिज्म जदि रहिबो सेतबेले तुमे मने पकेबो इलेक्शन उडा ड्यू टाइम रे हबनी, इलेक्शन उडा सिचुएशन देखि कि ता टाइम को चेंज कर दिया हबो. there will be if there is centralism then there is irregularities in election. You can remember Indira Gandhi, से केमिति सही समय सेंट्रलिज्म थिला. इंदिरा गांधी केमिति इलेक्शन को केमिति मैनिपुलेट करथले. नाउ डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हवा फल रे कोन हैला ना सही इरेगुलारिटीज जोटा इलेक्शन रे जो इरेगुलारिटीज होतला सही प्रॉब्लम ऑफ इरेगुलारिटीज को डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन एड्रेस कला. आउ लोक माने जो सप्रेस हेकि रही जाउतले, लोक माने पैसिव होतले, सही प्रॉब्लम ऑफ पैसिवनेस आको भी डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन एड्रेस कला. डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन आउ कौन कला ना आमर जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी जोटा आमर थ्योरी रे थिला सेटा आमे केवल कहूतलु कि एटा केवल थ्योरी रे अछि प्रैक्टिस रे नाही बट हमर यू नो डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हवा फल रे हमर एक्चुअल रिप्रेजेंटेशन माने आरंभ हैला बा पीपल स्टार्टेड रियलाइजिंग द रिप्रेजेंटेटिव डेमोक्रेसी लोक माने निजे सेटारे टेक पार्ट कले लोक माने तांको रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को जाई कि सब कथा जणैले नाउ दिस रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बिकम्स वेरी पावरफुल सरपंच पावरफुल एमएलए टे पावरफुल हैला बट सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम रे को माने पावरफुल ना सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम रे द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव हेड इज पावरफुल नॉट द पॉलिटिकल हेड बट डिसेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम रे किए पावरफुल ना इट इज द political head who is powerful it is the representative of people who is powerful in the decentralized system but it in the centralized system it is the government official who is powerful then lack of administrative and financial autonomy right डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ले जेहेतु सब जिनस गाँ को पलि आसिला सब जिनस लोकों पाखक पहुँची गला लोक माने एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव और फाइनेंशियल ये निजे डिसीजन नेले निजे एग्जीक्यूट कले तेणु से माने गोटे प्रकार रो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव और फाइनेंशियल ऑटोनॉमी को फील करबा आरंभ कले आ ये फीलिंग टा काहे की पॉसिबल हैला ये फीलिंग टा पॉसिबल हैला डेमोक्रेटिक डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन दुगु राइट देन इनएडिक्वेट रिसोर्सेस ना जेहेतु 10 टंका जदि 2 टंका मिलिबो देन पीपल विल से दैट दिस 2 रुपीज इज नॉट एडिक्वेट तेणु सेंट्रलाइजेशन ले कौन होतिला ना जेउडा ऑफिसर थ्रू रे जोटा आसुतिला 10 टंका आसी कि 2 टंका रे ही पहुंची जाउतिला तेणु से 2 रुपीज वाज नॉट एडिक्वेट फॉर दैट विलेज but now the village is getting 10 out of 10 and that's how the 10 rupees becomes adequate for that village so the problem of inadequate resources eita ko bi amaro democratic decentralization to large extent it has been successful in dealing with all these okay thank you very much
Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
yes you are audible
Thank you, sir. You explain elaborately the concept of democratic decentralization. Also, you explain the evolution of a democratic decentralization from the colonial period to the Second World War, and then to the contemporary period. Also, you explain briefly the significance of democratic decentralization. Thank you, sir. We have 7-8 questions. Out of 7-8 questions, I just read out the important. Those are the important questions. Okay, sir.
yes please
Okay, sir. Sir, the first question is: how can we investigate democracy and decentralization in terms of partition of the people? Sorry, participation
how
of the
can we
people. How can we
dhire ko
How can we investigate?
how
Am I
can
audible,
we
sir?
investigate
Yes, sir.
yes how can we
Democracy and
investigate
democracy and develop decentralization
democracy and decentralization
in terms of participation of the people. Then, sir, the
yes
next question is: yes, sir. Next question is: do you think due to democratic decentralization,
do you think democratic
due to
decentralization
democratic decentralization,
huh
it led more political as well as administrative
it led more
political as well as
political
administrative
administrative
corruption in our system.
yes tapare
Then, sir, can we say the states of our country as a semi-autonomous?
can we say
The states of
these
our
state
country, the states of our country
हाँ,
as a semi-autonomous organization or institutions.
और institution, हाँ,
Yes. Then the sir fourth
हाँ,
question is why we could not have reached
हाँ,
at social democracy.
reached as social democracy.
हाँ, at
Hmm.
social democracy in panchayat level
Hmm.
because it is the
Yes.
foundation of a democratic decentralization.
बुझिली बुझिली बस सेतिकी हाँ.
Okay,
Question
sir.
number 5.
Sir, what are the benefits of decentralization? I think, sir, you explain briefly in the class. I hope.
All the answers are already there.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, how can we investigate democracy and decentralization in terms of participation of the people, right? Let me understand this question first. How can we investigate democracy and decentralization in terms of participation of the people? I mean, this is a very methodological question. If you understand the true nature of this question, how can we investigate? You can investigate only by doing social research. You can investigate by taking various kinds of research methodology and try to see how decentralization is related with the democracy, how decentralization is adding the democratic values to democracy. Now, democracy basically means that it is people centric, right? আমি যেমনটা কହୁছে by the people, for the people, of the people. Now the decentralization in its theory, decentralization in theory, it is only about people. It is only about people. Now without people participation, the decentralization cannot be possible. Now once you are executing the decentralization, then you simply cannot say that people are not given the power, or people are not getting the chance to participate in the politics, in the administration. ନା ଯଦି ଏଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ବି ହଉଛି କି ଡିସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲାଇଜେସନ ହବା ପରେ ବି ଯଦି ଲୋକମାନେ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଟ କରିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି, ଦେନ୍ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଇଜ ଦି ରିଜନ, ରାଇଟ୍? क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 भी सही प्रश्नटा पचारुची, that why we could not have reached at social democracy in the panchayat level. ना हमर तो डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हैला, पंचायत राज सिस्टम आरंभ हैला, किंतु ता परे भी आमे आज पर्यंत कहीं कि सोशल डेमोक्रेसी माने कौन, माने जोटा हमर आंबेडकर बुझुतिले सेटा को ही ए जो हमर कास्ट रिलेटेड थिंग एटा ही मीन करूची कि आमर डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हवा परे भी आज भी आम भितर कास्ट ये सब जिनस गुड़ा कहीं अच्छी ना, इट प्राइमरली आर रीजन कारण कास्ट बा सोशल डेमोक्रेसी it is something different from decentralization. In the decentralization you can enjoy the state power, right? I mean, if you are having a complaint that I am not feeling that is my government, I am not feeling that the government that is making a policy for me, I am not feeling that policy is related to me. That is not a policy of mine, right? In decentralization, basically we try to enjoy the state power. We get a opportunity to become the agent of state and to make certain welfare activities or welfare work for us. तामाने आमे निजे ही प्लान करू, प्रोग्राम करू, डिजाइन करू, फॉर्मुलेट करू, इम्प्लीमेंट करू, आमे सब निजे ही करू। केवल गवर्नमेंट हमको फंडिंग देई थाए आ हमको किसी गाइडलाइंस को फॉलो करबा पई पड़े, ସେଇଟା ଡିସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲାଇजेशन लो माने। किंतु जदि आमे कहिबा कि डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन हवा फल रे जदि हमरो सोशल डेमोक्रेसी न होई पारुची, देन आई विल टेल दैट द कौन सेटा decentralization is not directly related with the social democracy, because social democracy in Ambedkar sense, it means that problem of caste and the practice of untouchability. Now this caste and untouchability, these are a kind of mentality, and this mentality is not a simple mentality, right? So you cannot bring social democracy through decentralization. For achieving social democracy, I think decentralization is not at all related with the social democracy. And to have social democracy, we need to understand the self and the other in a Hegelian sense, right? Why caste is still there, right? We need to put this question and think about it. Why caste is still there, right? Can we say democracy, or can we talk about democracy with the presence of caste and untouchability? Can we say that since in India the maximum are Hindu, and they practice untouchability, so India is not a democratic country? Can we reach such kind of conclusion? So I think we have to understand that graded inequality and the complexity of caste system in order to deal with the problem of social democracy in India. So it has nothing to do with decentralization. Decentralization is all about enjoying the state power at the local level, enjoying the state power at the local level. That is decentralization. So तेणु फास्ट 4 नंबर क्वेश्चन रो उत्तर टा देली. Second question, do you think development decentralization it led more political as well as administrative corruption into the system? Theoretically no. I mean decentralization है कि corruption को avoid करिबा पाई, especially administrative corruption को avoid करिबा पाई. किंतु जदि political corruption होउची, जदि तुम सरपंच politics करूची, then सरपंच को बाछिथिबा लोक माने ही problematic अछंती, बा जो सोसाइटी रे सही भलिया करप्टेड सरपंच कौनसी पॉलिसी को एग्जीक्यूट बा फॉर्मुलेट करूची, से सोसाइटी टा गोटे वीक सोसाइटी. नाउ you are also responsible for the emergence of that weak society. तेणु प्रथमे you have to make your society very strong, very solid. Then only you can expect your sarpanch not to be corrupted, right? So I will blame the individual, because individuals are mostly responsible for the emergence of a weak society or community. And when society becomes or community becomes weak, then its leader becomes corrupt, right? So I may agree with you that even today in the Panchayat Raj system also political corruptions are also been part. And tar main reason we cannot defy decentralization for that. I think we should defy our weak society, we should defy our corrupted society, and we should defy our passiveness. We should be very active in order to bring a ideal society, and that ideal or the good society that may produce a non-corrupt politician, and that non-corrupt politician will make successful the 73rd constitutional amendment and make our decentralization successful, and it adds values to the democracy. Then question number 3, can we say the state of our country is semi-autonomous organization? कौन एटा पढ़िला उतरे? Hello?
Sir, can we say the states of our country as a semi-autonomous organizations or institutions?
or institution? Yes, yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
can say that. Yes, we can say that the state is a semi-autonomous organization or institution because state is not completely free from the center, but at the same time, center has no 100% and I'm thankful movie 80 gote ବ୍ୟବହାର କରିଥିଲି maybe one of my student has helped me semi autonomous organization, right? We can say that these are all contextual. When center is there, then the state is a semi autonomous institution. ଯେତେବେଳେ state ରହିଛି ସେତେବେଳେ university is a semi or district administration is a semi autonomous institution, right? Semi autonomous institution ମାନେ କ'ଣ कि तमर किछि autonomy अछि but that autonomy is not 100%. Then the last question, what are the benefits of decentralization? Aku mu repeat karibini because I have already said that decentralization in theory it is all about benefits, benefits and benefits. There is no loss. But in practice decentralization is not becoming fruitful what it is expected. Somewhere we people and the society what we are creating through our thought and action that is responsible for that. I think theory is very good, theory of decentralization is fine, but we have to make it good or better. Okay, thank you.
I think, sir, one more question. Uh,
Yes.
One question from what is the difference between deconcentration and decentralization?
Deconcentration and decentralization.
Yes, sir. And one question is Suryakant Swai, which year PR started in our Odisha? I think 26 January 1961. I'm not sure, sir.
ମୁଁ ବି public ad ରେ ଏତେ expert ନୁହଁ. I can understand the concept, but again this deconcentration ମୁଁ ଏଟା ପଢିନି, ମୁଁ କହିବିନି, ମୋର ମନେ ପଡୁନି ହଠାତ୍. I think you can search in your book in the Google, and if still you are not finding it, then I can help you finding what is the difference between the deconcentration and decentralization. This public administration is a highly technical subject. Every term has its unique meaning, right?
Yes.
You can help me also because you also belong to public
Yes, sir.
administration.
Yes, sir.
What is this
Yes, sir.
deconcentration?
Deconcentration means, sir, clogging work at headquarters or a central ministry can lead to the concentration of authority in like fact confusion in policy inputs, role confusions among players, delays in decision, poor logistics. These are
Vignesh, I want you to make us understand it. Now you are reading, right? Now what
yes,
is
sir.
decentralization? We got a sense. This is what
Yeah.
decentralization. ମୁଁ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡ଼ା aspect କହିଗଲି. But then how to understand deconcentration and how deconcentration is different from decentralization?
I think, sir, deconcentration is availed, which is transfer of authority and functions to field units.
I think, can we say that there is no difference between delegation and deconcentration?
Yes, sir.
But then I doubt actually in
No, sir,
public
no.
administration. In public administration, if there is two concepts, delegation and deconcentration, then maybe there will be a very subtle difference between these two terms. But then tell me, Vignesh, what is the difference between the delegation and deconcentration?
Sir, deconcentration means it is availed with the transfer of authority and function to field units within the central ministry.
Acha, এটা within the central ministry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I got a sense. In delegation, In delegation, it may also involve in the state ministry, right? In the state
Yes, sir.
administration,
Within an organization and the form of government agency to the outside agencies.
but in deconcentration, this concept is related with the central ministry, right?
Yes, sir.
You are not
Right.
concentrating the authority with you, rather than you are giving some authority to them. That's how you become you develop a deconcentration of authority. এটা কাহে কি deconcentration কাহে কি করা যায়?
Sorry, for better reach and effectiveness work.
Same logic, effectiveness and efficiency, right?
Yes,
Same
yes, sir.
logic.
Right, sir.
जे मु जदि बेसी concentration करिवि त मु बाको manage करिनी, सेथि पई I will give some of the power to my subordinate in that particular ministry, central ministry. So this concentration is related with the central ministry. I think so.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will
Right, sir.
check also. I will check a question jahar bhi heitibo, he can also check in connection to our discussion. Then we check kale nishchit ame paijibo. Okay then. Thank you.
Okay, sir. धन्यवाद सर, धन्यवाद हिमांशु शेखर मिश्रा सर। आज क्लास रे अति प्रांजल भाव में आमर विद्यार्थी मानक आपण आज बुझेइतिबारु ओडिशा राज्य मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय तरफ आपण को अनेक अनेक धन्यवाद। आज क्लास रे थिबा विद्यार्थी मानक अनेक अनेक धन्यवाद एवं आमर टेक्निकल टीम मेंबर मानक अनेक अनेक धन्यवाद।
Okay, thank you.
sir.
Thank you very much.